This episode of Bullet Heaven was made possible by Dejica Games. Not long ago in Bullet Heaven 162, we took a look at the third wave of Dariusburst CS DLC, which featured new ships based on a selection of cave bullet hell titles. Each pack offered a large amount of extra content, with a twist that not only freshened up the Dariusburst CS formula, but also added new bosses, classic tunes, and sweet BGM arrangements to the mix. Well, it's finally time for round 4, and this time, oh man, ships from a collection of 90s arcade games from Raizing, now under the Aiding banner, have finally made their way to Dariusburst CS. Let's take a closer look. Once again, this set of DLC follows the main mechanics of Dariusburst CS in all of the ways you'd expect. Found in the DLC mode, each of these Aiding-themed packs are once again totally open to which ship you want to take them on with. Want to play the Battle Garega stages with the Ryu from Sokyugurentai? The choice is yours. As with the Taito, Sega, and Cave packs, each ship has brand new abilities and gameplay tweaks that really make them an experience unlike anything you've seen in Dariusburst CS so far, and, as with the previous packs, the Aiding packs take things to some neat extremes. This time around, each ship has a mode change function built in, giving players all kinds of choice as to how to tackle a stage even after it starts. Each all do a pretty good job of feeling much like the games they came from. Well, sort of. Especially in the case of Battle Garega, the Dariusburst setting and its bright bullets and beams are a far cry from Aiding's source material. Miyamoto is a dragon warrior from Mahodai Sakusen, translated loosely to Magic Armageddon. We took a look at its spin-off, Kingdom Grand Prix, on the Sega Saturn in episode 73 of Bullet Heaven, but the original was only released to arcades. Miyamoto's burst attack is an area effect bomb that will auto-charge based on the amount of shots fired that hit a killable target, even in boss encounters. Meanwhile, players can press the left bumper on an Xbox-based controller to change the elemental subshots that are fired by Miyamoto's option-style bits, which are enhanced by green pickups. On the whole, Miyamoto is the most straightforward selection in the new set. The Ryu from Sokyugurentai, which we took a look at in episode 113 of Bullet Heaven, is weak on the outset, but grows much more powerful as power-ups are collected. Players can lock onto enemies, bosses, and emplacements, which can then be attacked by one of two homing techniques. The shorter-ranged but broader A-Do allows players to lock onto enemies in a 180-degree arc, while the much more narrow Pinpoint has far more powerful shots. Players can change between the two by tapping the A button, while holding the A button engages the lock field. Releasing the A button when enemies are locked fires the weapon, but this can sometimes lead to the weapon changing by mistake. Finally, the burst attack for the Ryu is, once again, a localized bomber attack that is deployed by pressing the left bumper. If enemies are locked onto, though, the bomber changes to a scatter-type cluster bomb with smaller radius per blast but broader destruction overall. Finally, Battle Garega is represented by the Wild Snail, a twin-engine plane that comes ready-equipped with 4 formation bits and a powerful flamethrower. Pressing the burst attack button engages this flamethrower, which lasts longer depending on how many bullet pickup crests are collected. Getting 40 will add a full bomb to the stock, which will result in the longest-lasting flamethrower attack. Pressing the left bumper will change how the bits in formation behave as well. By default, they spread, but can also orbit, change aim based on movement, or even hunt down and kill enemies point blank. We took a look at Battle Garega all the way back in episode 4 of Bullet Heaven, and while the Silver Sword is what we had in mind for this pack, the Wild Snail is actually probably a better fit, thanks to its lengthy flamethrower attack. As is the case with the previous DLC packs we've seen so far, these stages behave just like the CS mode in Dariusburst, and they can only be tackled in a 16:9 aspect ratio in a single-player manner. With over 100 new zones in this set of 3 packs, the $12 you'll spend will, once again, give you way more content than most standalone shooting games on Steam. And just like we've seen with the other add-ons so far, in addition to the special stage sets and bosses, new Defender and Scramble stages are added as well. And of course, thanks to the new twisty twists, enemies, and stages, it's engaging and fresh too. As with Dariusburst CS mode, the exact same scoring points apply to the DLC stages as well. Once again, in the case of the special stage sets that come with each DLC pack, only the ship they came with and were meant for will post scores to the online leaderboard. There's also a few modifiers with the score this time as well. Using Miyamoto basically falls in line with Dariusburst CS scoring in general, with nothing special added to the mix. Destroying enemy chains with Miyamoto's bomber is the key to the biggest scores. Using the Toryu is more or less the same, with the exception of a multiplier that's engaged according to how many enemies are locked onto at a time, up to a total multiplier of 5. Finally, when using the Wild Snail, Battle Garega's medaling system is factored in. Collecting medals will make them grow as new medals are dropped after the previous value is collected. When the medals reach their maximum value, a huge crest is dropped. However, there might be an issue here. Only bullet pickups appear when the crest is collected, but certain ones make the chiming sound that the crest makes, leading us to believe that a glitch is making the highest scoring crests appear as regular bullet pickups. This inevitably leads to crests being missed and the values being reset for these medals. Other issues have also popped up for other users, and these little snags are being looked into by the developer. Despite these snags, all 3 modes work fairly well and spruce up the scoring for each new ship used by the player. On the whole though, the main scoring hooks from Dariusburst will still make up the vast majority of the points players collect. Formation kill multipliers and stage end bonuses for time taken, taking no damage, and ships remaining are still the central focus. Once again, the presentation found in the extra DLC is more or less par for the course in Dariusburst CS. Cool stages and neat bosses are found throughout, but this time around there's some really amazing details in the ships. The Toryu has all kinds of moving bits for its many weapon systems, and the Wild Snail in particular has an absurd amount of detail in its overall design. Meanwhile, Miyamoto is as stiff as Windia was in the cave packs, but at least he's oriented in a more traditional manner. Once again, the UI and history while selecting ships is exactly as it has been in other DLC packs. Each of the art and music selections definitely fit here, and having played all of these original titles or close spin-offs, it's pretty sweet stuff to hear the menu tracks and unique sound effects in the Dariusburst setting. The new implementation of the aiding art to the overall UI is as expected and works really well, with super clean pieces for each respective game, not to mention some really amazing looking title logos. As for the music, the remix tunes in this set of DLC might even be better than Night Strikers. Motoi Sakuraba's Maho Daisakusen covers are insanely good, while Battle Garega's Stage 1 arrangement takes things to the extreme with a piece that not only overhauls the original composition from a synth-pop style to an orchestral one, but even changes the time signature. Meanwhile, the original Hitoshi Sakamoto Sokyu Gurentai tracks also make an appearance. All 3 games have fantastic, maybe even timeless, original soundtracks, and all of these arrangements are just about as equally strong. As always, everything else is clean and easy to navigate. So, how does this wave of Dariusburst CS DLC stack up? Let's take a look. The new control mechanics all work very well in the aiding DLC packs. The Sokyu Gurentai mechanics are a little iffy though. Once again, a hugely challenging expanse of stages awaits for Raizing, aiding, and Darius fans everywhere. As for length, over 100 new stages make this DLC worth the combined $12 on that merit alone. The fun factor is also still super strong. As with the core game, the visuals here are solid but not quite perfect. The Toryu and Wild Snail are absurdly detailed though, the very best designed in Dariusburst CS so far. Sound-wise, this could be the best set of arranged tracks and OSTs of all of the DLC packs, and even Dariusburst CS itself. And in terms of ingenuity, somehow, Dariusburst CS still finds ways to shake up its over 1-year-old formula with all kinds of fantastic new content. Simply astounding. This round of DLC only costs $12 for 3 packs, so its value is extremely good, especially given its extra 100 stages worth of content. If you're looking to expand on Dariusburst CS even more, you just won't be disappointed here. These DLC packs are absolutely worth getting. You can even save $3 by getting all 3. The Dariusburst Aiding DLC gets a 4.75 out of 5. You can get each Dariusburst CS Aiding DLC pack for just $5 US, or all 3 for $12 US on Steam, as well as on the PlayStation Network for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita today. These DLC packs make me wonder just how far Dariusburst CS will actually go. I think I'd actually like to see some Capcom action on here, but who knows what the future holds. If somehow you've missed our other Dariusburst CS reviews, here are some links to get you up to speed.